comfortably in Novo and Military Base.
I'm really surprised that no other team has decided they want to challenge those areas at all. I mean, those are really good loot locations, and they've been freely handed to two of the top 3 teams so far in this tournament, and they continue to let them do whatever they want in the early game. CPT not being challenged, winning multiple chicken dinners now, and you know, they're holding a firm grasp on second place, and they're going to continue to move up the rankings if nobody's challenged them at all early.
They definitely are, as we see Wildcard just passing by Team Galaxy. Our boy Hot Jokes is back. He is feeling better, and he is trying to bring that momentum with it to see if maybe Wildcard can go ahead and just claim, if possible, just a top 7 spot. They are currently sitting at 13th spot, so we will go ahead and see what happens here. And once again, Cloud9 is currently 14th spot. They have not had the best tournament. Honestly, they have been quite a disappointment, but hopefully they can go ahead and pick it up here on day number 3, get some more kills to their name, and add a lot of points to their leaderboard.
Katarina Suki from Full Send driving in the buggy. She's had some fun with the buggy so far here in Dubai. Driving the way through. Like heading up to Potato Hill in the middle of nowhere.
She's just going very slow there, going patiently as our boy Hot Jukes there, starting to get shot there by Torty. He has to watch out. His team is going to be able to go ahead and back him up. Luckily for him, he does have an N16. He wasn't able to hit any shots, but he's still surrounded by that team, and his teammates are nowhere near.
Wildcard tries in trouble. Getting shot at going through the compound there by BTR. You heard the volley of rifle shots come in just after Hot Jukes went through as kind of a scout car. Hot Jukes got their attention, and then you heard the rounds go off behind him. Wildcard lucky to get out of there in one piece.
As you see, Cloud9 just starting to rotate a little bit south there of Pochinki. They might try to go ahead and go for a bridge camp. We actually got a chance to see a wonderful bridge camp here at the arena. Meanwhile, and as we see Katarina still driving by. Meanwhile, GTW is getting a lot of interesting kills there on the kill feed.
Hero is in trouble. They already lost a member earlier. Doc went down in the road, and it looks like Kinris is down, and GT Ed will finish him. There is another member down as well. Hero down to, I believe, their last member. They are in a world of hurt at this point.
Definitely not the best start there. We saw one of the players get knocked out super early, something you don't want to see, especially on the last day. And look at this. I love seeing this. They decide, you know what? We don't need those silencers. We are going to go ahead and go full on now. We want them to know that we are coming. As we see Evos, this squad starting to push this area. They know that some people from VR, Big Russian bots, starting to actually shoot at them.
Wow, really surprising shot here from Pro. That was a little bit reckless, as he could have easily just not fired and had them drive by without knowing. But now Evos knows where they are. It looks like they're going to continue. They do have a goal in mind. They're going to drive to a location here and prioritize their position over getting frags.
It's something to point out there, as well as Evos was driving by. We did see a flare gun towards Pochinki, so they might have been just, you know what, they might have seen that, say, do we really want to go get that loot? And then they start getting shots, and you know what, let's go ahead and rethink this. Let's go ahead and reposition ourselves.
Check that out, CPT, right in the middle of the zone. They did loot up the military base island down below in the south. They've already made their way across. They've already rotated central to the circle. They are one of the first teams to rotate in, and they have called in an airdrop here that they will be picking up out on the mountainside right now. So really good rotation from them. Got great position, some great berms to work with here in a small compound, and they're also going to have, it looks like, an M249 and an MK14 to work with, so they're going to be somebody to be feared.
We have seen the M249 being used a little bit in this tournament. We have seen it used a lot before in the NA Finals, and cars, boats, and just about everything was getting blown up. Are we going to go ahead and see the same as we saw in day one? A lot of cars getting blown up, and you don't actually start seeing that anymore after day one. People might have learned their lesson, but who knows? It is day 3. Anything can happen here, as we see Arab Madness just waiting patiently in the compound as Full Send is very close by.
I love the defensive positions that Full Send's taking up here. Fandy and Exclusive kind of crouched in corners, guarding those doors just in case somebody darts in through the window at any point in time. So they are ready to rock at this point.
And we have kind of seen that that play style work for them, right? The only problem is that when they get the knocks, they're not able to necessarily get the finish, or if they do get the finish, they don't move, which in terms is gonna go ahead and it is gonna go ahead and just pretty much leave them exposed as they know their position. So usually what you want to go ahead and do is if you knock somebody down, just start moving a little bit. If not, they're gonna come back and just bite you in the butt.
Look at the tactics of Evos here. They are literally just headhunting. They're trying to find people, trying to get shots on them. 3 different cards, and look at this. They're hunting people down for kills, knowing they need to move up the leaderboard and get frags. And Ernie, look at that. Pro and Torty getting rocked out of the buggy. Both of them getting finished in the disrespect, running them over. That's beautifully done by Bull Shark.
Bull Shark just seeing that, he sees other players. He has to watch out because
Ernie's knocked.
CPT is very close by. He needs to be careful with that. Evo still pushing the action. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Evo's being able to go and destroy a player there from KWCD. There is another player from KWCD close by. He is using that third party to his advantage. Is he going to be able to knock down Bull Shark? He misses those shots. He lays down
Great
as JC
dodge.
is trying to just knock him out. They know his position. Justice from KWC, he needs to go ahead and move out of there. If not, he's going to go ahead and start getting just ambushed from every single angle.
Holding the upstairs, June and Long there, making sure that they don't let Evos up the stairs easily. They do have a player next door as well, Justice, rotating around, finally getting out of the shack. Was in a great bit of danger there, but he was able to get an escape off an awesome prone there to dodge some shots, and it looks like he's going to go try to cover the flank here for the Korea Winter Chicken Dinner team.
And luckily for KWDC, they weren't cleared there by Evos. They were able to go ahead and start repositioning, and now more than likely, he's going to be able to go ahead and tell his teammates. Justice is going to tell his teammates, hey, they're going to start pushing up, and that's just exactly what happens. KWC getting some huge knocks there, as Bull Shark is now the only man standing for Evos, and Evos is going to go and say, you know what, now we need to start playing for placement. We were able to get 3 kills there. It backfired a little bit, but we definitely want to just hold back and try to go for placement.
Backfire a little bit. I call that backfiring a lot. Evo's looking to headhunt a little bit, getting a little bit reckless here, driving around in 3 different vehicles, headhunting whomever wanted to take fire at them. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner did just that, knocking out Ernie very early in that fight, and then coming up with a very clutch nade there on X, knocking him out, and then getting 3 kills to their name. Looks like they're going to have 1 member escape here, and that's a very creative park job out in the middle of the field here by JCC.
It happens as they see Cloud9 and Carnage pass by. Are they going to go ahead and just try to hunt them down? They know all these teams. Illuminate currently sitting in 5th spot. They could try to go ahead and push for that 2nd and 3rd spot, but they need the position. They need pretty much the placement here and also the kills. And look at this. Cloud9 taking care of that hill, saying back up a little bit. This is going to be ours for a while, at least until the next safe zone.
Was unable to see if that was the same crate that CPT called in, but they are surrounding a supply drop right now. And that could be their loot. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like they are driving away.
They are as truck here. CPT hand just telling them back up. We see you. You do not want this. And Carnage just driving straight into that compound. Illuminate realizes that Cloud9 is coming, and they start backing up as well. We're seeing that a lot right now. We're seeing a lot of teams trying not to engage too early, and those teams that do want to go ahead and engage, we know that they need to go ahead and make a name out for themselves. They need to go ahead and push. More than likely, they're not going to be in the top 10, so why not just go for broke and see what you're going to be able to do with just your gun skills.
Illuminate having a hard time finding out where they belong right now, trying to hit up 4 different compounds right there, each of them kind of occupied or receiving shots, so they diverted their path, ultimately finding a spot in the yellow south of the Chinky Hills. Looks like they're going to take aim there. Just Gang Zute taking aim at Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Gangstars has their eyes set on the Korean team, and they're going to go ahead and scout this out and see if they can get a knock.
Breakdancer Zute there, missing a couple of shots. He wish he could get that one back. He is going to go ahead and wait patiently here as KWCD is trying to realize where those shots came from, start repositioning themselves, and they also have to watch out because CPT is just waiting patiently. And we have seen CPT being one of those teams that likes third party, likes to go ahead and come and clean up the kills, and it has worked for them. As we have mentioned, they have been able to go ahead and pick up 2 wins, not back-to-back like RRQ, but 2 wins is something that not a lot of teams have been able to do, and CPT now is starting to get those angles, now is starting to get those shots through the windows.
talking about angles, they were laying down prone in the building so that they shouldn't have been able to be seen in that second story window. At least that's what they thought. Unfortunately, CPT with that high ground position looking down through the window in their second story compound, and they are getting hit from there, and it looks like some great shots being fired in from LHW as well, taking down the Galaxy crew.
LHW taking full advantage there. Every single player from Galaxy. This is actually one team that I love their strategy, is that if they knock somebody down, they are gonna go ahead and get that finish. They are not gonna go ahead and wait for maybe that kill to get stolen. And this KWC getting a little bit aggressive here with the sniper rifle. He wants to get those shots. He maybe wants to go ahead and just get one in so he can tell him, hey, be careful if you decide to go ahead and push us.
Sometimes when you're rocking the bolt action, it's nice to actually connect with somebody to let them know, hey, I can actually shoot this gun, and I'm not just going to whiz some bullets past you all day long. It buys a little bit of respect, I think, and it looks like CPT is just waiting for an opportunity up there, happy to hold their position, waiting to see the zone come in right now. They've got a few seconds before that next zone shows up on the map, and that will see them head to a new location most likely, or if they need to, they can attack a compound now.
They definitely do. As we're seeing there, a replay of our player just being on the roof. Actually, the replay of LHW taking out the Team Galaxy. There are at least 2 players from Team Galaxy. And talking about the zone, every single team is pretty much smack down the middle of the safe zone. So if we do have kind of an interesting zone here on the next one, we're going to see a lot of push from people. We're going to start seeing a lot of repositionings. We're going to start seeing a lot of shifts and maybe a lot of third party from certain teams.
A lot of hills being occupied right now, a lot of compounds being occupied, so this is really treacherous ground for a lot of teams. Everywhere they go, they need to kind of keep their head on a swivel. People are lurking everywhere right now, and in third-person perspective, it's really easy to kind of get an idea of where people might be as you can see around corners without actually exposing yourself.
That is correct, and as we saw there, team full send, and also I believe that was Arab Madness just waiting, still sticking to that strategy. Take care of that compound, and as we mentioned, the zone does go ruined, and there's just barely any teams there. All the teams are gonna go ahead and start repositioning themselves, and waiting there towards the south. They need to go ahead and start rotating, as the Japanese team here knows exactly what they're doing. They're saying, get to the compound first, take care of it. We have seen them work for some of the Chinese teams like LHW, GTW, and also CPT. Let's try to go ahead and test out that strategy.
Pretty easy rotation there from Team Japan, uncontested, already at the north side of the zone. They're going to get a compound easily, but on the south side, it is an absolute mess right now. Zone goes north, and all of those teams in the same location are going to have to rotate through one another, so it's going to get hectic here in just a moment. We're going to see some fights at compounds. We got folks rotating around the edges on all sides and also going straight up the gut, so it's about to get a little bit interesting.
And GTW scouting the area out, CPT also in their vehicles. I'm pretty sure LHW has their 4 cars that they loved, and look at this, Illuminate starting to take some shots there on KWC. There's Stuso. They see him topping up into a compound, and they're gonna go ahead and try to see if maybe they can get a certain angle on them, because remember, we saw a player laying down earlier inside the compound, but if you can get an angle from this high ground, you're gonna be able to destroy him.
KWCD able to make it into the compound, and it looks like RRQ once again, they are dead center in the circle. Beautiful spot in the compound, once again getting great position, and it looks like we do have KWCD in the compound just across from them. Illuminate up on the ridge, looking down. It's a decent position here. They are spread pretty wide. And then we've also got and GTW in an interesting position here on top of Mount Everest.
They definitely have to go ahead and engage here. They're pretty much facing each other. If they weren't to engage here, it would be interesting as we see. Just go ahead and maybe jump in the car there. Not sure exactly what happened. And here comes the grenade from GTW, starting to throw the nades. They know that CPT is very close by. Beautiful grenade there.
Oh my goodness.
CPT hand getting GTW, and as they go ahead and continue to share those nades, sending them back and forth. Interesting
your
stuff here by
living room. That was insane. Ed throwing a grenade, feeling like, you know what, I'm gonna get a cheeky grenade off right now, and then all of a sudden he sees one bounce right into his face by Han. Han getting the knock there, and now CPT on the offensive, taking the high ground from GT as they have to back up. Han pushing the offensive right now. GT seems to have gotten their player up, trying to patch himself up, but he is in trouble.
CPT getting another knock there. GTW Very interesting place here by him as they are very hurt. And look at this, CPT hand knows that there's somebody inside that smoke. He takes some shot, he has to worry about somebody else. He's getting shot from behind. GTW Ed starting to flank around the area. He's hoping that nobody sees him. He gets spotted. Is CPT gonna be able to finish the kill here?
Huge play from
GTW Ed is able to win and knock him down, but overall CPT being able to win that engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that might be the first time that we have seen CPT and GTW engage this early on.
Look at this. CPT is weak on the top of the mountain. We've got other people creeping up right now. The crowd's cheering. They see WC Wildcard creeping in on CPT. In order to move these guys down the rankings, they do have to go out early at some point. GTW and Evo's both doing favors to everybody by bowing out early, both 18th and 20th respectively.
And this would be the best time to go ahead and push here for Wildcard as CPT is still trying to heal up. They have to watch out because we know CPT is going to start throwing those grenades, and I'm loving that strategy by them. They keep throwing those grenades. They pretty much make a wall of explosions that they cannot go ahead and cross, and they don't dare cross because if they do, we saw what happened there to GTW. Look at Wildcard just waiting patiently. They're trying to figure out what is going to go ahead and be their play here. They're throwing something that I would like to go ahead and start seeing from this American team is also starting to use this grenade strategies. Look at them. So many grenades that CPT has. CPT Lucifer gets spotted. Luckily for him, CPT 7 missing some shots. 17 actually missing some shots. And CPT says, you know what, let's go ahead and start backing up. And I think Wildcard is going to go ahead and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, Han's covering him as they retreat here. Han is really standing out today as a player to be watched. Really executing well on his shooting, on his grenading, or just an outstanding player overall. We shift our attention now to the Gadget Trenches C9. Looking at, I believe that was BTR here close by, and they also have Gangstars in the proximity just inside the zone.
They have to watch out, BTR, knowing that there might be some teams nearby. And look at this, interesting place by BRK. They are still at the location where they usually landed. They might be trying to go for placement here as they have been getting knocked super early. In round 8, they got knocked at 19th place. That's just something you don't want to see, but they have to watch out because LHW is very close by. If they take maybe a little bit too long to go ahead and rotate, they're going to go ahead and encounter LHW. And as we notice, LHW is just stupendous on their gun skills, and they might be able to go ahead and just out-end them, out-shoot them, and out-strategize them.
So you're telling me that nobody wants that open field right in the middle of the zone with no cover? I mean, there's nobody there right now, everyone out on the flank. Kind of interesting, but obviously a little bit to be expected here. You see the ground that we're looking at right in front of Zuxi, wide open, not a lot of cover. The grass really isn't super reliable, so the actual playable area right now that is safe is in a bunch of little compounds, as we're seeing from above right now. LHW pushing their way into the zone, going up against Terror. We'll see if Terror can get off some great shots. They've had some good initial aim so far this tournament, getting some great knocks. They've just failed to actually press their advantage when they've had the opportunity. So we'll see if they, again, can get some initial shots off of here and get some knocks.
And we have definitely seen that from them, just being too cautious, being too careful. And right here, now they're starting to push back towards the compound as they're starting to get their party. Sute spraying that M4, seeing if anything hits, and this man is level 3 out of his mind. Level 3 backpack, level 3 helmet, and level 3 armor. He can take on a full army if he wanted to. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, we got LHW from China and Team Terror from India. Who do you think is going to go ahead and win at home? Spam it in the comments right now, you watching at home, as the mid is using that corner, that third person to his advantage, waiting for somebody to LHW to just make a move or at least be able to spot him. Interesting stuff by LHW is they are throwing grenades. They are starting to go ahead and smoke out everything. They want to go ahead and push up. As we see Everett Fury blowing up a car. He's trying to get people from GG. He misses some shots. He has to watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Somebody from GG goes down to the zone and he gets spotted out. And Team Terror is running away right now from LHW as LHW is trying to pick through the window. LHW is very low in health.
Look at the zone here as they're kind of pushing and forcing LHW towards Team Terror. This is what we're talking about. They've got a nice little man advantage here. Another knock from Team Terror. They've really got these guys on the run, but unfortunately they're still standing back, a non-standing back, looking at the building here. They've got a couple of knocks now, and they're in trouble.
We we see
pushing up
a
way
little
too
here by
late.
Team Terror. Yeah, pushing a little bit too late, and LSU is going to go ahead and try to finish him up as Sevilla is trying to get some shots while laying down. This might go ahead and work for him, but he wants to go ahead and push. See if maybe, as we see LSU start to pick up their teammates and players, we want to go ahead and see if they can actually go ahead and pick up Team Terror, or at least the people that are down. But interesting stuff by LSU is they are down 2 players.
That's right. I would have loved to have seen a grenade there. You're going to see him get killed. And there it is. LSU Zen taking him out in the smoke. And that is that. What happened there is the Korea was firing shots from that exact position through a smoke in front of him, never moved, and he got pre-fired there by the other team. LHW coming out on top. In other action, CPT moved away from the mountaintop as we saw.
Evil's Bull Shark knocking down 2 people there from BRK. Is he going to be able to get the 3? He does get the 3. He needs 1 more to go ahead and be able to sweep this squad. Evil's Bull Shark, very low in health. He wants his extra kills. Remember, Evil's did get knocked out. He is the last one alive for his team. He's playing this so careful. Baraka being the only one alive. Here we go. The smoke is going to go ahead and go away. Evil's gets another knock. Is he going to go ahead and get the finish in Baraka? Evil's Bull Shark gets the sweep there. Wonderful plays by that man as he wipes the whole squad by himself against the zone.
That was absolutely huge play there from Evo's Bull Shark, just outclassing his competition, going 1v4 right in the face of danger. Nothing phased him, just calmly came up, didn't even take any to get the TR as well, getting some shots in on Gangstars here. He's got squads on all sides of him. This is starting to get a little bit messy. You can see the mini-map, multiple squads moving in on this location. You got Cloud9 moving in. We've got BTR there. We've also got Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Grenades starting to fly everywhere. King's getting the knock on Sam. Zute getting knocked by Kodo. We've got a 3-way engagement going on. BTR taking down Sam. Oh, this is trouble for Cloud9.
Cloud9 there getting just swiped as there was too many teams nearby. That man hit the scarecrow right there. Actually, I've done that a couple times. You get a little bit distracted. And this man, KWC, this needs to go ahead and heal up. Can he go ahead and get that heal? As we see Wildcard and Evil's Bull Shark very close by. They need to go ahead and just blow up the vehicle. And Evil's Bull Shark is not going to have any choice. He might actually get killed. He's very close to that vehicle. He has to be careful.
That's going to go down. Somebody's going to take that man out. Holy cow. So we had Cloud9 go out again early. We had Galaxy go out. It looks like Korea Winter Chicken Dinner down to 2 players at this point. BTR still hanging in with 4. We've got LH Zen taking down Illuminate's Echo Gen. So we have all kinds of action. Multiple squads fighting each other. And check that safe zone on the minimap. It has moved again, and these guys have got to finish these fights in a hurry.
Interesting plays there by BTR as they know that they are surrounded. They know they're going to have to go ahead and move now as they are 156 meters away from the zone. And look at this, CPT is going to go ahead and engage against Evos. Evos just fully outnumbered there as CPT takes out Evos. Remember, Evos Bull Shark being able to go ahead and take a full sweep. And there's team BRK telling them obrigado, see you in the next one.
I love what they did with those cars there. They took advantage of the car that Evos was behind, already exploded, so they don't have to worry about any explosions. Pulled up 2 of their own, and now they have a barricade inside the zone, right on the edge. So they've got some good cover here. KWCD June getting taken down. Now they're just down to Long here as he tries to make do with an AK. Take some shots here. Zone coming in. BTR in trouble. Long in trouble. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner eliminated. We're down to 5 teams, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5. We do have 2 North American teams in this one, 2 Chinese teams, and it looks like we also have Illuminate in from Thailand.
Can some of the North American teams clutch this win, the first win for North America, or is it going to go ahead and be the Chinese teams once again? As we see CPT just blowing up, trying to get somebody there from LHW. Keep in mind, LHW is very low on players, and LHW is still holding people back. It doesn't matter if they have the full squad or if they're just by themselves. They're always keeping that car super close to them and pushing the action.
Now, this is a great statement game for LHW. 2 of their biggest competitors have gone out early, so they're going to be able to gain some ground. And not only that, they put up 13 kills so far this game, but can they outlast and get their first chicken dinner of the tournament? That's something that remains to be seen, as we can see Wildcard still in it, coming out with an impressive performance here in Game 9. Looking really sharp so far. LHW, he got into a burning vehicle. What was he doing? Zute immediately turns on him, blows him up, and punishes that mistake. And that is an unfortunate misstep there for LH2U. They lose a member immediately and don't even have the chance to revive them.
Zute definitely taking full advantage there. And look at this, LH2U is actually swapping grenades back and forth there with Zute, as I believe Gangstars was knocked down. Now it is Wildcard against CPT. Seagut using that strategy to his advantage. Hot Jukes blowing up a car. Wildcard looking to try to get the first win for the North American teams. CPT hand goes down. There's only one player left, I believe, here from CPT, still standing.
We got two.
Trying to rotate.
Two players left up. We got Luciu and we got 762. Hot Jukes throwing in the mollies. We've got the AK. Han getting picked up right now. They're letting them get picked up. Both players getting picked back up right now. Hot Jukes and crew are on rotation. Lucifer crouching in. Oh, Lucifer again on the hard flank right now. This is a really good position, but CPT hops into vehicles. They are trying to rotate inside the smokes, trying to get position.
Lucifer getting naded here. Luckily for here, I love this here thing by Wildcard is that they do have the ghillie suit, but they're not using it to their advantage. They're standing up, and CPT is pretty much just picking them apart one by one. Lucifer's gonna go and start pushing the action. We saw him clutch 3 kills yesterday. Now it's gonna go to be all up to Hot Jukes. Hot Jukes by himself. Can he go ahead and clutch it against the CPT team, which are looking just mighty strong right now? CPT 762 with the AWM. Hot Jukes standing behind the car, trying to figure out what to do here. It is gonna go to be Wildcard's highest placing in the tournament. Hot Jukes with that mini 14, he needs to back up. He gave out his position. The car might go ahead and blow up here as Hot Jukes is starting to let the rain. Oh my God!
CPT getting another chicken dinner victory. That was pulled from the jaws of defeat. Wildcard had them on the ropes. They had them dead to rights, and they failed to push. Instead of moving into CPT and finishing the squad where both players were actually busy reviving their down teammates, they chose to rotate to the zone instead with no cover, and it ultimately was their demise. CPT took the cars, just parked them in front, had the cover. They were able to rebound, get those shots fired in on Wildcard, and they punished them for being a little bit too passive there. 17 kills that round for CPT.
That's something that we have seen a lot, and we have actually called that a lot. If you see somebody down, if you see them in a disadvantage, you have to go ahead and finish them. You have to get those kills. If not, we have seen teams like CPT just go ahead and get up. Look at them. They're talking. They're probably saying, we should have maybe pushed that. We should have maybe done this. Don't worry, guys. It's still a great
second place.
Yeah,
that's the top placing so far from any team from North America. So big props to Wildcard on that one for their strong finish in game number 9. Let's see if they can string a few more awesome performances together. They might be shooting up that leaderboard into some higher prize pool money.
Did capitalize on that push there, and in the end gave enough window for CPT to get their 3rd chicken dinner and the back-to-back chicken dinner, if you consider our previous game from the previous day. LHW overall, though, still leads that kill board now with quite a sizable lead over RRQ, so they're going to be racking up even more points to try and push themselves past GT, and almost certainly have taken the 3rd place spot now.
Understandably so. GT Doyu definitely going out early here in this one. Player kills ranking, as you guys can see, again, dominated by the Chinese and Thai teams, taking up all the spots here. But as we talked about a little bit earlier, GT Doyu going out very early in that game. That's going to allow a big mover potential for both CPT and LH Doyu, as well as everybody behind them to potentially catch up just a little bit. When we take a look here at the player statistics, CPT 17, as well as Hot Jukes from Wildcard. Again, the kill disparity there widely in CPT's favor. The more impressive team here, CPT for sure. But Wildcard getting that second place finish.
I'm just so surprised there that CPT was able to come back after having 2 players down and Wildcard having all the players standing. Wildcard just deciding not to push the action, and CPT now having 755 points.
Look at that! Look at that on the leaderboard there. You see Gangstars creeping up to 3rd, LH2U in 2nd place, ahead of Wildcard, who finished 2nd only on the strength of 2 kills.
The most important thing to take away from that was 755 points going to CPT, whereas only 200 points going to RRQ. So that means now RRQ, yes, still vastly in the lead, but CPT gained 500 points ground on that previous 1,000 plus point lead that they had before.
They had a 1,270 point lead going into today, and that has been drastically cut, as you can see here on the total scoreboard. We are now down to just 715 points separating our top teams.
If RRQ Athena can go ahead and continue this trend where they're just not able to go ahead and get the wins, and CPT go ahead and continues to get those wins back to back and also get the kills, I don't know, guys. We might see a very close finish here, not just for second place or third place, but for first place.
into any fights, although they had plenty of opportunities. They just watched. C9 was going at it up there. BTR was going at it. LH Doyu, GT Doyu. They just watched, let it all happen. They still, in that last little skirmish, ended up with 8 kills and another chicken dinner.
And talking about watching, one of the actual plays there by RRQ is pretty much they got the pleasure to go ahead and land in Pochinki. Once they landed in Pochinki, they took full control of it. They made sure that DRK actually got completely destroyed there, and they stayed there for the longest time. And guess what? Their circle was just right there, so they barely had to move in any direction, and they will be right there. Sadly for them, though, CBT looking way too strong and being able to destroy him there. Oh my goodness!
I love the way they set up that
interesting plays there by him.
I love the way they set up that position at the bottom of the hill. They didn't all camp out around the same vehicle or the same tree or the same group of rocks. They were set up in a line, an actual front. So they were able to, one guy got knocked, they were still able to cover him from an angle. It was just really beautifully done.
Yeah, very impressive stuff there. CPT, back-to-back chicken dinners, and oh my, they are making this a very, very close race now. As we take a look at the very top in terms of our kill rankings, LH Doyu still sits at the top with 100 kills.
Oh my goodness, that's something I like to see. And RQ Athena there, not being too shy away. 88 kills with CBT very close by, and 83. And keep in mind, after their 4th spot, they go from 75 kills with Game Stars with 43 kills. That is such a huge difference. But good to see. We didn't even see Game Stars at all on day 1, but they've been able to pick it up in the past couple days. So I love seeing that there by the Game Star squad.
All of the North American teams climbing up the kills ranking. Cloud9 had a great game that time out. Rolex and Carnage persisting into that final circle. Carnage laying down, getting into the zone. Finally, he got discovered, but able to secure that 4th place spot for Cloud9 in that round. So really good stuff from them. Looking at the kill feed. Once again, all China and Thailand right now. RRQ wrapping up 4th, 5th, and 6th respectively. They're going to need to keep it up and keep the pressure on because CPT has got that pedal to the metal right now.
Very important. CPT really gathering a lot of steam, and at the moment RRQ must be sweating in their boots here as the kills. Admittedly, RRQ in this last game got a lot of kills for themselves, as you can already see, and comparing that to what we saw from CPT. CPT didn't get as many kills, but the difference between 1st place and 5th place here in this round is certainly a lot of points indeed.
Unbelievably amount of points, and it looks like CPT's having 6-2, and RRQ ISOC are getting the highlight this round. Squad kills again in favor of RRQ. They're going to edge them out a little bit, but RRQ, I believe, went out in 5th or 6th place. 5th place right there on the screen, as you see. And CPT again with another chicken dinner, and right there is the tail of the tape, the round 10 standing. You can see right there that there is a gap of 190 points. Again, game. We're cutting that margin down real close now with 2 games to go.
They are definitely starting to chop at it, and it's looking good. If they can go ahead and continue to get these kills towards the end and also the wins, they are going to be just poised. They pretty much what they need right now is they need to go ahead and maybe challenge RRQ Athena from the get-go and just try to risk it. And that's something I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the last game if it continues to be like this. If CPT is able to go ahead and get another win and they're able to go ahead and continue to gain on RRQ Athena, I honestly would not be surprised if they say, you know what, let's not go military. We know they're going to go ahead and land Pochinki. Let's go ahead and clear them off super fast and get as many kills as we can because they want those $200,000.
Risky play, though.
It definitely could see some strategy start to develop depending on how the points go in this very next game, round 11. I wouldn't be surprised to see RRQ drop in a different spot than Pochinki go somewhere else to be a little bit mysterious. So here we see our total score, and we have cut that margin all the way down to less than 500 points at this point. And guys, that is the difference between a chicken dinner and last place essentially. But if they do happen to land on top of each other and one knocks out the other early, that is feasible to catch up in one game.
Or other teams potentially, if they want to upset the balance here. Comfortable Penguin team, if they stick to their comfort zone after we've seen them get 3 back-to-back chicken dinners in the main tournament itself, that could be massive. That lead was so much bigger coming into today, so much bigger coming into the last 2 Game 7, and it is all to play for here for CPT.
It goes to show that if you start getting those wins, especially back-to-back, it is going to help you out and also get the kills. And PB, just look at LH Doyu and GT Doyu, still very close by.
Starting to take shape a little bit, is it not? I mean, look at the gap right there between 1st and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd. third, and fourth. You're starting to see clear favorites for those specific positions, all of whom they could be shaken up a little bit, but at the same time, starting to see like a very clear formula start to develop.
Absolutely. Well, guys, our players are just taking a moment here before we get into our next game, I believe. So we are
loving the pace. I'm loving the pace. Keep bringing the games, bringing the action. This is awesome.
That's right. But we are going to be going to a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be getting on to our second final game here, with it still all to play for to become the world champion.
being able to go ahead and control Pochinki, and we saw them being able to go ahead and destroy the Brazilian team as well. If they go ahead and continue to do that and get high placing, CPT is going to have to go ahead and do for game number 12. They're more than likely going to go ahead and have to land with them.
It wasn't without some sacrifice, though, as they did lose a member early on. It was a little bit unfortunate. They win these last two games, they'll match that performance and get a real doozy in their hands. And again, we got a central plane path going right over Pochinki once again. And look at this, Zod from Team PRK still on the plane. See if they do depart here.
And they do. It looks like they're going to go ahead and go Pochinki once again.
Itu
RRQ
yang
Athena
di atas
going
itu
Pochinki.
mana?
We know that we're going to go
Pochinki
ahead and do it. And PRK wanting to go ahead and
Yang
get
di atas
that.
itu.
They say, you know what? Last time we got
Oh,
killed,
tahu.
we weren't able
Sebab kan isi.
to go ahead and destroy one of them. Why not? Let's go ahead and try it again. Let's see what happens. 2 times in a row. PRK and RRQ Athena
Cara
going
pakainya
to
yang
Pochinki.
sama yang di
Interesting drop right now happening down on the southern island. We've got all kinds.
Hebat deh.
Some teams dropping down there. LHW, CPT. It looks like the Luxy Hunt. Oh, we got Hero, Luxy. Again, BTR Hot Jukes from Wild Card, and it's going to be 3 teams over there for Marshall once again.
And as we're seeing here, RRQ trying to get some guns. Sadly for him, he's only having a helmet. And Caveira pushing up here. The story.
This is the story
BRK
right here.
versus RRQ. Ladies and gentlemen, if BRK for some reason is able to destroy RRQ Athena here on this exchange, when they do exchange, and if they decide to exchange,
They're going to exchange. Yeah, that's why they dropped there.
is going to go ahead and just come down to what can CPT do.
I'm curious to see. All eyes on Pochinki right now. RRQ has dropped in where they had pretty much every game, but we also see BRK, which is pretty much out of it at this point. They are really hoping to play the role of spoiler here, and that's something that you see a lot in tournaments. The teams that are kind of out of the running, they'll decide, you know what, let's take a shot at some people that have, been comfortably cruising along all tournament long. It's just a shame that that didn't happen earlier along. They probably wouldn't find themselves in that exact position.
It looks like we're going to go ahead and get some early engagements there on Remorks with Wildcard and BTR. They're more than likely trying to go ahead and decide, hey, do we want to go ahead and push the action here? Wildcard more than likely wanted to go ahead and make a name for themselves as well with Big Russian Bot, I believe it was, just handing towards Remorks. We saw that exchange earlier, and we saw it was there earlier, but now Evo switching it up. They said, we have lost all our players already, every single time. Let's just back it up a little bit. Let's go to a different place. Let's go to Jasnaya and see what happens.
Terror is pushing on full send right now. This is a matchup that they can definitely win. Amik goes up the stairs, takes out Exclusive, finishing the kill. Love the aggressiveness there, and that's exactly how you keep your team on the offensive. They are inside the mansion right now. How would you describe the mansion, Seven?
I would describe it as quite divine.
I knew you would go there. That's never gonna die. It's never gonna die.
Never, never. Thank you, LA Finals, because you have done that to me for life now. Now, actually, I want to go ahead and point out, Team Terror hasn't done that. They have never knocked down a player and go ahead and get that finish that quick.
And you see how easy that was? They're now in a 4v3 situation.
They could have
Before their team was able to rotate, regroup. Now they're in the offensive here, and Fandy is kind of stuck behind one of the mansions, and it looks like she is in a rope right now. Where are her teammates? We don't exactly know. I don't know that they're in the area.
Man, they just pretty much made a spider there, but she has to watch out because one of the players there from Team India is starting to push around. They're starting to get those flanks. They're starting to spread their wings a little bit more and start getting some kills there from Team India. And look at this. We more than likely are going to go ahead and get the engagement we wanted to. Now, RRQ, something we saw earlier from them is they are going to go ahead and try to get on the roof. Something I actually seen from other players as well. Arcade Diablo comes to mind. And look at this. TT and Shakriya being able to destroy their bandits, saying thank you so much, Shukriya, for the loot. We'll see you later.
Nice work from Team Terror there, pushing, getting the advantage, making sure that they finish off. It looked like a split drop here, probably a mansion prison, some sort of combo like that, maybe mansion shelter. Not sure where the rest of the team is there. Katarina, Sarkeen, Suki off in the distance along with Ollie Pocket, but they are going to live to fight another day here. It does look like the first two off the board, though, will be from full send. Terror getting the first two kills here around 11.
Something like blood seen by them. As I mentioned, I was able to go and talk to them previously, but for right now, let's go ahead and talk about this because RRQ being able to go and get a knock there on BRK. And look at this, BRK barely gets inside, and oh my
Playing with
gosh.
fire there, my friend. Baraka also is very, very close. Oh man, these guys are just skirting the edge of death right now. D2E is going to push this compound, it looks like. Very, very tough stuff.
Smart plays there by him as he throws a grenade. He's going to go and actually get pushed too much. Baraka gets knocked down. It looks like BRK once again getting pretty much one wipe. It said Son. Son K is still alive. What is he going to go and do here?
There's the opportunity that he can still knock and finish somebody really quickly, and that's probably what he'll go to do. He's not going to obviously survive here unless he can run away really quickly.
He definitely can. He has to watch out, though, because he only has a VSS. And, well, he does have actually another gun there towards the back, but he doesn't have a helmet. He needs to be careful without a helmet there, and he is going to get pushed by this full squad. RRQ Athena knows that he's very close by. They're going to go ahead and just start jumping up the different windows here pretty soon, just making sure they hunt him down, get him as soon as possible. And look at this. They're going to go ahead and find him. He's going to go ahead and get destroyed there as RRQ Senior does have the AKM, and this is a huge engagement. They were able to win that battle. Now they're going to be able to have a lot more time here in Pochinki.
But guess
load
what?
up the place.
Not only did they win the battle, but they were fed 4 kills, and that's 60 points right there. So that's key. There's the opportunity to disrupt their progress and keep them in range of CPT. But if you fail, you're also helping them up the leaderboard, which is exactly what has happened now. Looks like BRK has gone out first, 20th rank in game 11 here, and Torty goes down early again as well. GT Doyu just not being nice to Big Russian bot today as they catch him for the second game in a row.
And this is the first time I actually see them land right here on Rostock. Usually we're used to them landing near George Bull with Gang Stars. They decided, you know what, let's go and try a different strategy. And so far it's actually working there for them. As Sixka, we saw him get a couple kills there in the last match with some great plays. More than likely, he's going to go ahead and want to get this finish as Torty Brock is going to go ahead and just try to heal up as soon as possible. And look at this. We got an engagement between Cloud9 and the mid with Team Terror.
Good shots there from Torpedo. Nice work putting some pressure on Rolex, and they're trying to keep them pinned. Amit is in a world of hurt right now. It doesn't look like he's going to be saved, but at the same time, Carnage pushing against Torpedo. Sam coming up the stairs right now. They catch him completely off guard. He never heard him coming, and they are able to take him out. Amit also down in the field as well. Cloud9 getting a couple early kills on the board as well. Going back to the Rozhok situation with GT Doyu, the actually the third time they've dropped there. They do a split drop with one at the school kind of scouting, and then they have several others go to Rozhok and then kind of just adjust their looting based off of what they see. But those are kind of their two main drop spots there and Northern Georgia Pole. Really interesting to see them go back to that spot given the plane path going right down the middle.
It's interesting you actually mentioned that because I have seen them when they do go George Pole, right? They run into the engagement of are they going to be able to go and get the car before game starts? And it seems like they might not go and be losing that action. And look at this, Evos with the grenade. He's going to go ahead and try to get around. He is, one of the Evos players knocks himself out once again. Evos X is GG going to go ahead and push the action. They do just so. Evos JC being able to go ahead and knock another player down. He's going to go ahead and try to push the action a little bit more. Evos JC now starts to flank around. Evos JC being able to go ahead and get the knock right there. He starts to he's going to go ahead and jump in. Evos JC gets knocked.
He jumped right into his paws, man, just inside there, and he's able to get the fin, or is he not? There he is. He does get it. Sala comes in to finish it off. Looks like 2-8 wasn't really interested.
Evos, even though they are playing aggressive here, they are losing a lot of teammates, a lot of players, and Evos earning one of the best players from their squad, trying to push the action here. He does have the health. He's able to go in and knock him out. He has to watch out, though, because he is currently going to be outnumbered by GG. Luckily for GG Kuwait, he gets spotted there by Ernie. Kuwait's gonna go waiting patiently. Evos Ernie just destroys them, and GG is out of the game.
That man is lethal with the AK up close. Watch out for Ernie. Huge props also to Katarina Suki getting that shotgun kill on the other part of the map against Arab Madness. Full send, not out of it just yet. Here's the map. The zone has gone north this time. Gonna be interesting to see LHJU and their rotation. And notice again, CPT already up on the northern island after starting looting down south. They've rotated extremely early. The first time we've seen the map, they've already crossed the entire map.
And that is the first time we have actually seen them so far up north, today at least. Huge rotations there by them, and look at this. Cloud9 is starting to go ahead and push the action there on KWCD. Are they going to be able to get this knock? Cloud9 more than likely saying, you know what? Once again, they want to go ahead and make a name for themselves, especially players like Rolex, which is actually pretty well known. His birthday was actually this week, so happy late birthday there to Rolex. But KWCD sees them, and they're going to go ahead and maybe get the advantage on them as the grenades are starting to go ahead and drop in.
And again, with third person peeking, it may not look like Cloud9 sees them, but believe me, they are looking around the corners. You can see Kodo throwing that up to the top there. Leaper 7 is in danger here. See if that grenade's gonna connect. It does not look like it.
It seems like that grenade just faded away into space as Cloud9 is pushed by. There you go. There's all those grenades. Talking about grenades. 3 in a row, and Cloud9 now starting to carry a lot more grenades. Ooh, being able to go ahead and try to get that first aid kit, but Kodo sneakily jumping into safety there.
I want to see how Justice plays this. Look at that, just in the car hiding. And that's not going to work out for him. Kodo comes around and is able to take him down, no problem. June firing, covering shots from the top, gets knocked by Rolex. Beautiful shot. Rolex knocked in return, though. Long peeking around the corner, able to take him down with a Tommy gun. And this is anybody's game right now. Unfortunately, Sam goes down as well. No match for the Tommy gun, and we are down to a 1v1, it looks like. Kodo, and again, squad wiped early. Cloud9 goes down to a solo Tommy gun, wiping 3 of their members. Huge plays from Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, and Cloud9 is out of it.
And talking about interesting plays here, we have CPT.
Oh,
CPT needs to watch out. They have GT, though, you very close by. One of the players from CPT goes down hand, and GT Akan waiting patiently. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a huge turnaround, as now there is 2 players down, or actually still 1 player down there from CPT. He's going to go ahead and try to get picked up. He needs to be careful as GT Akan is starting to rotate around. CPT 762 is flanking around. He gets 1 knock. He gets another knock. Huge
what a play
there
from 762. 2 huge knocks right there. He does go down, but he has stopped the bleeding. 762 able to keep CPT in it. Look at the support coming in from
He needs to go ahead and clutch this kill right here if he wants his team to have a chance of getting first place. Is he going to get it? CPT!
Oh, he doesn't get it. They go down. It was a 1v1 for the finish, and he does not get it. CPT. Oh no, that may end their dream of taking first place in the tournament. They are out of it.
CPT, huge knocks there, but they weren't able to get it overall. And KWCD here starting to get pushed by Japanese team. Oh my gosh. the flanks there. Action back to back to back, but let's go back a little bit. That is the first time we have seen GTW and CPT engage that early in the game.
Let's talk about Han for a second. You know he hates his life right now. That's the second game in a row he's gone out being burned alive by a Molotov cocktail.
It definitely is, and huge plays there by I actually thought the CPT player was going to be able to go ahead and knock him, but just having to switch guns, being able to not get enough feels, and something I actually starting to notice here, before the players start engaging, even whether it's towards the end of the game or at the beginning of the game, they always use them consumables, the energy drinks, pretty much anything that can help them out to regain health. They're gonna go ahead and take that before they get into a fight, and that's something that's huge awareness.
I always recommend as well. A lot of people ask, why do you take that before you're actually engaged? So you actually
this compound, luckily for him, there's nobody in that compound as Sute just flies by and says, you know what, man, I'm not scared. Let me get in there real quick and load up as soon as I can.
Ever Fury, your car is heavy, my man. That thing is weighed down. He's not gonna be able to clear that wall, although he tried. That was pretty funny.
And GTA kind of now starting to get some shots there on the buggy. He wants those skills. Keep in mind, GTW can still go ahead and challenge for third place, and if they have a very good game here on game number 11, and they also have another good game on game number 12, they could actually go ahead and challenge for second place, especially if CPT goes down so early.
They got like 50 grand on the line right now as far as the difference they could make up just by finishing a little higher in the rankings right now. We'll turn our attention to BTR. They are looking pretty strong over the last few games. Indonesia's team, wow, Bigatron's got Zuxi and Luxi leading the way, the twins, and they have been absolutely impressive all weekend long.
And BTR now starting to get shot here by the Japanese team. Keep in mind, the Japanese team was able to go ahead and knock down their KWCD as BTR is starting to move into different compounds. They more than likely want to go ahead and loot up a little bit more before they start engagement, as we saw them just drive away from the Japanese team and not engaging that early. And luckily for them, there might be a drop nearby with an AUG.
This is like an interesting gas station. Always fun for some fights around here. LHW's got really good sight lines all the way across this open field. Right after the bridge from Yasnaya, you're going to encounter this gas station, so they've got really good kind of choke points here. A lot of people can drive by. They're preserving 4 vehicles out of sight behind the gas station. Wise move there for sure. They've got some houses up on the hill. They've got some sidelines down on top of them, but they're also fairly exposed, and they can be shot at from multiple angles.
And I'm super intrigued here by what GT Ed is doing, picking up that M249, making sure he gets all the 100 bullets on that baby and gets it ready. If any car passes by GTW, you better believe GT Ed is gonna try to go ahead and just blow him up and get those easy kills. And GTW already having 9 kills. They definitely want to go ahead and push for that third place and ultimately try to see if they can go ahead and get the second place as well.
I like how RRQ's got multiple buildings occupied in that compound. They got really good coverage of any angle approaching just there north of Pachinki, and it looks like we've got ourselves another northern circle. Again, a fairly mild shift here, not too hard. And it looks like a lot of teams already in the circle. The only exception here is Wild.
As we see here, gains are still in this compound that we saw them crash into. They're more than likely loaded up everything, and look at them. They're wanting to get out of there. They're saying 7, you know what, let's get out of here. And as we see Wildcard now starting to get into the safe zone, they're making sure they get there briefly. We have seen them actually die before from just trying to get to the safe zone a little bit too late, and teams just picking them apart.
That's right, you got Hot Jukes rocking that Car 98K. He's got that bolt action eyeball on him. He loves that bolt action. Looking to get him some targets here to shoot at here shortly. They're going to be making a rotation around, probably coming in on the north side of the zone.
And we have actually been able to see firsthand what he's able to do with the bolt action sniper rifle, and that man is dirty. Whether he's sick or not, he's gonna make sure if you peek, you're gonna go 6 feet down.
That's right. We got some folks occupying the shooting range, it looks like. Full send with only 2 members occupying shooting range. Other than that, the northern side fairly clear. Severny empty. Most of the teams content to hold field and ridges and mountains and whatnot. And it looks like Wildcard's going to connect here with a rock and take some damage to the blue. You know, why not?
He has to be careful. You don't want to go ahead and do that. I actually seen players before go down. They hit so many obstacles on the way. that they knocked themselves out. I feel like we might have seen that a little bit with ASAP, if I'm not mistaken, on the NA Finals. But oh well, Illuminate, look at them. They're inside the safe zone. They don't really have to worry about taking any damage at the moment.
Continuing to shift to the east, going up towards Stalbert, not quite all the way there, but look at this. What in the world? Are these guys trying to park, or are they just trolling each other? Meanwhile, LHW is just watching, like, what are you guys doing?
Are you guys gonna go ahead and challenge us here? Because I don't think you want it. A great place here by LHW as they're using the vehicle,
This is interesting.
the roofs of the vehicles to get angles above that wall. Love to see
This
that
is
there
awesome.
by LHW.
Really interesting tactic, not one that we see super often on mobile as of yet. Those strategies are thoroughly developed over in the Asian region, and it looks like they are going to utilize 4 cars behind the gas station to get that height advantage. Really nice cover there as well. We got Evo's, Ernie, and X. Oh my gosh, they've been discovered. Bigatron there rolls in with 4 cars, unable to fire back. Let's see if they just try to go back or get out of dodge.
Evo's anxious, making sure he gets some more shots there on that vehicle. BTR says, you know what, let's go ahead and back up a little bit. We don't want to go ahead and engage here. And Illuminate being able to go ahead in there to destroy some players from BTR is what happens. You think you might be safe, and all of a sudden you just run into a full squad in a compound.
Here comes full send as well as GT Doyu. Evo's Ernie taking those shots to the backside of GT Doyu. Akon's driving and dodging. He's doing a good job missing the bullets, and they will get by unscathed. Full send, though, still in the neighborhood. Hero occupying the warehouse up there just south of Severny. That's a good spot to be in right now. It's only building for quite some distance.
And Hero does have to be careful there because GT Doyu's team was passing by. Keep in mind, GT Doyu does have an M24, M249 actually, to their arsenal. But BTR, not far away from it with the DP28 in a car that's just smoking up. They might go ahead and try to just, you know what they're saying, let's wait a little bit longer here. We got the kills, we already got 9 kills. How about we start going for that #1 spot as well?
That's right, still looking for a chicken dinner here, GT Doyu is, and it looks like that vehicle has had about enough. It took quite a few shots from the DP28 of Hero. But they were able to get through, not blowing it up. He switches cars here, grabs the Dacia instead, and they're going to head on. Looks like Team Japan has made their way into the northern side of Severny, and they're getting ready to set up a defense just inside in hopes that the zone does come to them.
If it does come to them, that is going to be huge for them. And as we're seeing there, the tally of kills, the in players, LHW, LCD with 38, and LHW Ace with 30, and CBT 762, which we actually saw him get some knocks there early before he got taken away, with 29 kills. Still a bunch of kills for these players, but once again, LHW not being able to go and clutch the win yet. They've been able to go and get second place a couple of times now throughout this tournament, but they need to go ahead and secure that #1 spot.
Had CPT 762 finished off that sequence a little bit earlier, that would have been probably the play of the tournament. Unfortunately, he fell 1 kill short. Unbelievable flank a little bit earlier, but nods to him. 29 kills overall in the tournament. He is about to crack the 30 barrier. We'll probably expect to see that from him next game. You see Ed running across the field here from GT Doyu, trying to get some good position here, using these ridges for protection. But again, they have been discovered. You can see Six God does get his vehicle exploded. He was able to hop out just in advance. That UAZ took some serious shots, but again, he's going to go ahead and return fire here onto BTR, looking down at them from the compound.
He definitely has to be careful there with GT Akon. We know what he can do with that M4. He has one heck of an aim there in recoil control. And look at this, the Japanese team is currently going to go ahead and be on a standoff here with wildcards led by Hot Jukes. What are they going to go ahead and do here? Do they want to go ahead and stay out in the open like this? Wildcard is going to be super exposed. And one gun that we actually saw yesterday a lot, the UMP with different ranges actually. We saw somebody using the UMP with a 4-time. We saw him using it with a 6-time. We know he can definitely get some kills at range.
Absolutely. It looks like Wildcard is going to be content to rotate. Japan sees him moving. They had an opportunity to keep him pinned in Severny, but at the same time, you've got to get that position with this many teams left alive. 14 teams still left in it, trying to get position. We got some fighting going on between Illuminate and I can't tell who exactly, but they are driving off in the distance here. Wildcard heads in. Hot Jukes in the lead car again, attracting fire, able to call out to his team where they're at. There they are in the lead car, taking shots. This is trouble for Wildcard.
It definitely is, but luckily for them, they do get behind the
good shots from Hot Jukes.
Great shots by Hot Jukes. He knows he has him in the run. He has to be careful because Hero is behind them. And look at that. As soon as I say that, some players from Wildcard go down. Hot Jukes going down there to a VSS by Hero. Hero getting super lucky and being able to third-party players from Wildcard, as we're seeing them they thought that they were safe, but little did they know, Hero was waiting patiently and then letting their reign. They're not even stopping. They're just putting suppression fire as much as they can.
That's great play by Hero right there, just to have line of sight on that position from where they were at. They pushed out from the warehouse, took refuge on that little berm, looking off into the distance, hiding behind the rocks here, throwing shots at Wildcard. Wildcard was basically trying to hide from Bigatron in the compound. That is who they were trying to storm, and immediately getting shot in the back here, but they're trying to get inside, patch themselves up, and they know they're going to have to take on Bigatron here shortly.
And luckily for them, they were able to go ahead and do just that. They did lose Hot Jukes, their captain there, but we have seen Lucifer being able to go ahead and clutch some huge kills as Hero now is starting to push the action a little bit more towards them. And look at this, Illuminate versus Gangstars. A lot of the Gangstars players are currently hurt.
Wow.
Fyra goes down. Angry might go down here. Illuminate looking big there.
And
Illuminate eliminating Gangstars from game number 11, ladies and gentlemen. Fyra is still standing. That means that one of the Gangstars players, Tsute, very, very far away. Smart plays there by him.
Feels bad for Pyre. He's going to go down here in just a moment, but Angry Everfury just getting overwhelmed on the flank by Illuminate. Great job by JCZ to hop outside the wall, get the angle, fire into the smoke, even though Gangstars was protected and shrouded by the cover of smoke. It was no match for the spray that came down from JCZ. It looks like Kings now looking down into GT Doyu. Now they're getting third-partied here. We got Wildcard looking in. We've got GT Doyu looking in. We got Hero off in the distance looking in on Wildcard. About to get hectic, folks. 13 teams alive. The circle is not that big. About to see some clashing.
It is going smaller and smaller, and look at this. LHW now entering as they're eliminating people from RF Madness and GT Akon with the smokes. And look at this, they're keeping the car still intact as it is getting shots, but the other team, BTR, is not deciding to go ahead and blow it up. And look at this push here, ladies and gentlemen, by Seagut. Seagut, a known player for being super good up close and personal. BTR is going to be able to go ahead and push. They need to be careful because Luxie does have a DP20 here. Here comes the push. He's able to go ahead and knock them out. They're going to go ahead and go in.
That man is a monster inside the house. Seagut absolutely slaughtering. Wow, that was a great push and a great clear by Wildcard, but they're going to have to stand up and face GT Doyu, who's crashing the compound right after him.
GT Doyu knows that they're truly hurting. Here we go. Lucifer decides to go ahead and jump down, and look at this, exchanging back and forth. Seagut coming in. Can he go ahead and finish out the player from GT Doyu?
Oh my gosh, Seagut with the huge kills there. Another close range massacre by the close range specialist.
Seagut clutching it for his team, taking out GT Doyu, which took out CPT early. Interesting plays there. We saw Wildcard being able to go ahead and get their second place. Can they go ahead and try to push for the win? But they have to watch out because RRQ still has all of their team alive, and they're currently going to go ahead and try to engage here the Japanese team. They need to go ahead and be careful. The Japanese team currently in a huge disadvantage. Their cars are pretty much blown up or exposed. They cannot go ahead and get out of there. If RRQ decides to go ahead and push and starts throwing grenades, what a beautiful grenade there by the Japanese team as RRQ was starting to push, and look at this Japanese team.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Starting to push from the side. Here comes the shots, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
timing? Leshy comes out, avoids the Molotov, gets the knock. RRQ in trouble, 2 down in the field. Japan is on fire right now, literally.
They definitely are, and the Japanese team here starting to heal up. If they were to throw some grenades into that smoke, they might be able to go ahead and destroy that full team. RRQ getting a little bit lucky there and playing it well with that Molotov. We have seen Molotovs being able to go ahead and distract players and pretty much disrupt their tactics. They're insane. Back up a little bit. You cannot go ahead and push that much.
No, absolutely. And you know what? Both teams getting themselves patched up. We're about to see the same thing again because they're out in the open. They got to make a move somewhere. Are they going to retreat, or are they going to hit that little shack once again and try to flush Japan out?
It is going to be a 3 versus 2, but look at this.
Oh,
Japanese
no,
team using the smokes to their advantage. They know they cannot be in this zone for that long as they're currently getting third party there by Illuminate, taking now the Japanese team as one of their players gets taken out and the other one dies to the play zone.
This is going to be real trouble here for RRQ. They're going to try to med it out and hope that other teams are going to kill themselves off. They do have a car in front of them, but I don't think they can make it to the zone at this point. The zone is ticking too hard. They can try, but again, they're hoping that some other squads are eliminated, like Seagut getting knocked here right now. Only 1 player left, Outsider. Man, look at this, Galaxy still alive late in the game. Good looks from them. Seagut is real weak. Outsider still tries to save him here. This is going to be a really interesting play for Wildcard.
And this might be here the highest place in
Terror
Galaxy.
still in it as well. Look at them getting the knocks on LH2U.
They're wanting to get these kills. Hero with 4. We have seen them get 2nd place and 4th place, so not very surprising there by them as Seagut is just moving around, using that ledge to his advantage. He's gonna more than likely try to get picked up there by his teammate. And did I just see Sute starting to sneak around with Gangstars, LH2U, and Team Terror? Look at this. Team Terror on the offensive against LH2U. This is a madman right here as he is by himself.
Seagut does go down finally, getting finished off by Galaxy. That leaves an outsider all by himself. Anon all by himself as well. Look at this, firing into the crowd. I'm not sure who he's shooting at, but hey, he does connect there a little bit. Unfortunately, he's getting shot in return, and he is going to be finished. That is it for Terror in this round. They do finish 8th place. Valiant effort to them. Outsider getting a knock on Dudu. Nice job to him. Will he get the finish?
Outsider is by himself. If he gets spotted here and he gets shot, that is going to go ahead and be it for Wildcard. Get Outsider going and clutch it.
Brilliant.
He gets another knock there. Outsider using that snake advantage, that 3rd person advantage to
Look
himself.
at him go.
He's just knocking people left and right. He knows that he's the last one alive.
He's in the zone, so he doesn't have to go far. He's just got to try to stay alive at this point.
He is, but he's got to be careful because the Hero squad is very close by. Here comes this shot by Outsider. He is able to knock him down. Outsider. 3 players in a row, and now he's gonna go ahead and go up against Illuminate. Can he go ahead and shoot down the player from Illuminate? He does.
Oh my goodness, Outsider's on fire!
Making sure that he backs everyone up, and look at this. There goes the Molotov. Outsider showing what Wildcard is made of.
Look at that, he does drop the molly right on top of him. Not sure if it connected, but he does get the finish. Look at him go, Outsider's out of his mind. Oh, he goes down to Hero.
Hero just being able to sneak in, something that I mentioned that we're just winning, but Outsider.
Wow.
Huge plays there by Outsider. My boy, stand up and show him some love because he went off there for a second.
That was insane. Took it into his own hands. He went from a 7th place finish all the way up to 4th on the sole play of just him. Unreal. Hero now pushing their way up the leaderboard, going up against LH2U. It's all coming down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Small circle. We've got one team holding a great position in. That's LH2U. Looking off into the distance against Illuminate, trying to make their way in. They are way out of position, and they are being gatekeeped as well. Illuminate getting shots out there and getting the knock.
Illuminate actually getting him hurting. Now there goes down by the play zone, and look at this. Illuminate now starting to rotate. Here comes the smokes. They do have one player down from LH2U. This is the time to go and push. LH2U more than likely trying to get that elusive win, but their players are getting knocked down right now by Hero and Illuminate. Look at this push right here, ladies and gentlemen. Is he gonna go ahead and jump off? Is he gonna go ahead and jump? He's not just that.
Wow,
he knocks
great
him
shot.
out as he jumps up the car, lays down, gonna get the finish there, and now he has to worry about Hero coming in. This is huge plays here by them, and there you go. He gets knocked by LH2U behind them.
I have no idea
oh
how
gosh.
LCD let him drive by like that, hop out, aim at him, and then take him down. Mystified here indeed, but at the same time, LH2U still firmly in this one. 2 players left alive, at least up and fighting. One is not right now, but they are under fire by Doc and Hero here, who have 3 left. This is gonna be advantage Hero at the moment.
It is, and there you go. There goes another down by LH2U. Hero pretty much having everything to their advantage. If he's able to go ahead and pick up these skills, they might just go ahead and get their first win for the Europeans. They're from Turkey. Look at them just waiting patiently. Now here comes the cleanup. They see the smokes, but they need to go ahead and be careful because Illuminate is very close by. Here comes the grenades. They seen it. They're gonna go ahead and start just chugging them and hope that some of them start hitting, and they do just that. They blow up the car. Hero's now gonna go ahead and go up against Illuminate.
They've died to the play zone. The play zone snuck in, took him down, and all it is Illuminate versus 3 Hero players. It is 3 versus 1. We are going to see a new winner this game, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be Illuminate? Will it be Hero? Looking like the European champions primed to claim their first chicken dinner of the global finals.
Illuminate using that car to his advantage. He knocks one down. He's going to go ahead and start rotating, using that smoke to his advantage. And PB, he has one of your favorite guns, the Groza, which up close and personal can be quite lethal. But he's gonna go ahead and start sneaking out the smoke there. He needs to be careful. He's making sure he gets placed in. He knocks another player down there. Hero 2v1. He went from a 3v1 now to a 2v1. Can he go ahead and get some more knocks? He's running around. He's hurt. He needs to heal up. The zone is coming and he knows it. And here we go. He's gonna have to stand up or something. And Hero being able to clutch the win there for the European team. There you go, baby. Give me some high fives. Give me some hugs. Get hug. Hero finally getting the win. And once again, LHW, even though they seem prominent to take that win, they cannot get that first place.
That was an extremely good performance. That was unreal by Hero. Great position, great execution. They were able to overwhelm Illuminate. Hero racking up 4 kills that round, all in that final little circle there. Those were the ones that counted. Illuminate with a brilliant round, 14 kills to their name in that one. They were very, very top-notch here, and they've done a great job moving up that leaderboard.
That's right, the European champions get themselves on the board with the chicken dinner here in the 11th round. And at the end of it all, wow, wow, wow. What a top couple of 5 positions that we saw there in terms of LH, in my mind, for quite a portion of that, looked like they were on top and looked like they were going to be able to finally get themselves chicken dinner. However, did not happen.
I don't know what happened there. They just lost situational awareness for just a moment. They allowed somebody to get in between them, lost a key member there that they shouldn't have lost, and then unfortunately got pushed and just knocked out of the game. Finally, they were blessed with the zone at the end, which is something that we haven't seen yet this tournament, but unfortunately unable to execute there at the end, even though the odds were in their favor, unable to get the chicken dinner.
Let's take a look at the kill rankings as well here, Seven.
LHW only getting 5 kills on the last round. They seemed like they were gonna go ahead and get the win as we just mentioned, but not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite. In RRQ Athena, great plays there by them as they were still able to go ahead and get higher placing. And keep in mind, CPT get knocked super early there.
Extremely important.
Big shout outs to Wildcard that game. 2 individuals really shined in that moment for them. C-Gun, first of all, with the shotgun at the compound, bringing out the S12K. Unreal stuff with him. And then Outsider going absolutely ham, laying prone, getting 6 kills. Now we'll take a look at player statistics for Hero, Kinrys, as well as Illuminate, Maroon 5.
Maroon 5, as mentioned there, squad kills, 14 kills there. And look at this, Illuminate getting 575 points. Hero getting 560 points, and Wildcard sneaking up with 430 points. Great stuff there by them.
One of the most important things there, CPT about 200 points behind RRQ in that, and RRQ right now has got a massive lead, almost 900 points. CPT would have to come out all guns blazing in this next round if we want to try and knock them off the perch.
They got to come up all guns blazing, and RRQ has to go out basically first.
Yes.
They have to go out and rank 16th through 20th, only getting 100 points, and they cannot really kill anybody here. And that's going to give CPT a chance, albeit a really outside chance at this point, but, you know, it's still a chance. They're not mathematically out of it just yet.
The only way that's going to go ahead and happen is if they go ahead and decide to land Pochinki. They haven't gone there at all. They're used to going military base. Can they go ahead and land Pochinki? And keep in mind, BRK, the Brazilian team, has been going Pochinki as well, so you gotta be careful. Stay tuned because this last game is gonna get spicy, baby.
Definitely at the moment. RRQ has not had the best day compared to what we've seen in their past couple of days here, but still that 900-point buffer right now. They are looking in prime position.
Indeed, I do feel that CPT may be better served, though, to play a little bit defensively to hold off the 3rd place team from taking over 2nd place, because if they do play that high-risk play and go after 1st place, they're 700 points behind. It's still not likely that they catch up. It's a $50,000 decision for them.
But at the same time, testament and great plays coming out from Hero here at the very end. We've got to give them the due where it is due. Getting a chicken
100%.
dinner. Very good.
Really like to see that from Hero. They've been eager for it all tournament long, and to date, things have looked a little bit different. You've seen the North American teams, you've seen the European teams shine a little bit more than they had the last 2 days. Really kind of coming into their own. Hero knocking them dead here in round 11.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Time to go to a short break here. Then when we return, it's our final game here at the Global Finals.
looking at Bigatron to perform well.
Bigatron indeed with the round 12 Samsung Galaxy Note 9, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go ahead and look at the playing path here. Ooh, interesting playing path as it is going to go ahead and pass by Pochinki. And look at this, it's going to pass by Noble and straight down military. So what is going to go ahead and happen with CPT? Are they going to go ahead and go military as they're used to? And RRQ jumping super early, switching it up.
Hot Jukes and Wildcard looking like they're going there as well. They're headed towards Pochinki. I'm not sure if they're looking to grab cars or not. It looks like they also have BRK going to Pochinki as well. RRQ, where are they headed? I'm not quite sure that I see them yet. I see CPT obviously going to military base down below. And then it looks like RRQ is in the mix of it, potentially up north.
Just Naya, they're definitely by Just Naya, and they have to watch out because CWK is nearby, GG is nearby too, and I guess CPT decided, you know what, let's go with what we're comfortable with. We might just want to go ahead and secure that second place, and that might be what they were just doing. But interesting stuff. RRQ they might have thought that.
That's a smart play from them because all they have to do is play defensively and hold out, right? If they hit 15th and 14th and 13th, they can just finish middle of the pack. They're going to add enough points in order to not be able to be caught. And dropping in Pochinki is just predictable. If something is going to happen, you know, that's where it's going to be. You see C9 here acting as a spoiler, trying to, but unfortunately, they found BRK. We also see Wildcard dropping into the center here, also trying to act as a spoiler. And again, they have found, well, the 19th ranked team.
They definitely have. BRK, C9, and Wildcard very close by. Let's see who can go ahead and take this action. Everybody pretty much expected RRQ to go Pochinki, and RRQ was saying, you know what, let's go ahead and throw a curveball here. Let's go ahead and surprise him a little bit as we see somebody getting ran over there. Luckily for him, the buggy just was going way too fast, ladies and gentlemen. Torny more than likely going to go ahead and turn around, try to run him over one more time. The disrespect. As well, who's gonna go ahead and come out on top here? And it is gonna be a little bit of bragging rights as well. Wildcard who's gonna take the top as we see 9 Sam getting the first shot right there. And here comes the push. Kodo missing some shots, being able to go and get the knock there on Fuzi. BRK once again getting outclassed by every single team. They're trying to drop hot, but they just don't have the firepower. Nor I don't know what's going on there. BRK just loses every single gunfight.
Unfortunate for them, but it looks like Kodo is like get out a little bit lucky for him. He gets out with one, but they're trying to finish off the squad here. They got 2 already, and it looks like this is gonna. Oh,
Carnage gets demolished there by a shotty. I'm sure he's gonna go ahead and regret that. Luckily for his team, he's very close by, and he is gonna go ahead and get picked up.
Caviera absolutely destroying Carnage in that close quarters encounter there. Rolex and Kodo nearby to help finish the squad and make sure Carnage gets back into the fight. Cloud9 lives the fight another day. Also, Wildcard now nearby, and they're not able to take this weakness currently. Cloud9.
And interesting stuff as actually Wildcard decided not to push, and look at this. As it's going to move on, as we do have Equals very close by, and also KWC. They are standing close by. They're trying to figure out where everybody's moving. And look at this, a surprise. The terror team from India getting some knocks as well, being a little bit aggressive there towards the beginning, getting another knock, running somebody over. Ooh, terror from India. There you go, baby. Tell them hello. Tell them namaste. We're coming for you.
You got just this on top of the building here, looking over at the GG squad from Middle East. Looks like Evo's Ernie also eyeballing over towards Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Bull Shark with the mini 6x combo on the roof as well. He's got an angle on long there, but it doesn't look like they're going to clash just yet. All of them holding position right now, trying to get intel on where their enemy is before they continue looting up.
They're definitely doing just that as one of the KWCD players goes very low and held there. And look at this zone brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018 happening right now in Dubai. And this circle, it's super favorable for CPT and also LHW.
Looks like Wildcard has decided Pochinki They saw the find there, and our RQ was not in the kill feed, so they decided, you know what, let's go elsewhere and see if we can find him.
It's not worth it. Let's find one of those high-ranking teams, LHW, GTW, or anything like that. They know they want to go and make a name for themselves, as we do have RRQ coming in very close here to Full Send. And Full Send currently there, I believe, with 3 players in RRQ, just trying to find an angle here on them, trying to see what they're going to go ahead and do.
Can Full Send play the active spoiler right now? Currently sitting in 20th place. Vandy getting shot out in the open. The exclusive goes down. Vandy goes down. This is problems right now. Look at that. Vandy getting knocked at range with the Uzi. Always love to see that.
Definitely a senior. We have seen some great plays there by him. He was able to clutch a huge win yesterday. A 1v2 is something you don't really see often, but that man was able to go ahead and pull it out. And look at this, the team terror from India now getting knocked, now getting pushed. Oh, the disrespect. They're punching them to death.
Oh man, they closed in super fast, but part of what RRQ is doing is knowing that there are other players in the region. Those punches are a lot more quiet than gunshots are, trying to keep their position concealed as much as humanly possible, because they do not want people knowing where they are at, as they are being hunted right now, probably by more than one squad.
They definitely are, but I would just like to go ahead and think that they wanted to go ahead and show a little bit of a show there. Just go ahead and punch them, let them know, hey, we're truly in first place, and guess what? We just knocked you out. Go back to the lobby and see you next year.
Those are really big kills, though, because, again, adding points to their total, and that is what they need in order to secure that $200,000 first place prize for the Global Finals.
An interesting place here by Torpedo from the India team, the Campus Challenge winners. They're going to go ahead and start getting pushed here by BTR. They needs to be careful, because it's going to be a full squad, and he pops out a little bit. He gets one knock. He actually misses the shot. He's going to go ahead and try to jump down. He doesn't get the jump there. Interesting place. He needs to go ahead and start committed to that. He's able to go ahead and knock one, but he gives his back away to the full team.
All I know is, in my head, I just envisioned him jumping feet first at that windowsill and just kind of cracking himself on that bar going across. And unfortunately, Katarina Suki is going to meet her end out in the field. Evo's Ernie is going to chase her down.
Oh, my
And with the
gosh.
shotgun from the car, Ernie finishes it off.
Shotgun from the car, jumps out, gets a little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter, because that boy now has some good loot there that was able to get him from the... I'm telling you, the disrespect on this final game, I am just loving it.
We're seeing all kinds of car kills. We're seeing shotgun kills. We're seeing punching.
Ooh, we gotta be careful here.
Oh, look at this.
GTW sneaking up here on one player from RRQ.
He is
he
done.
gonna go ahead and be in trouble? He's more than likely gonna go ahead and get knocked right here, ladies and gentlemen. He's moving around. He knocks one down, and it's too much for him as he gets destroyed. GTW destroying their RRQ2E.
Well, hey, that is exactly what the field needs. CPT is liking that in the kill feed right now. One member of RRQ has been finished. Where are the other 3? GT chasing them down. That's a really key move right here from a squad that's trying to catch up as well. GT Doyu sitting out of range of second place, but they need all the kills they can get, because they're trying to get in another $50,000.
And now we got Cloud9 trying to headhunt here. They do have CPT nearby. Is Cloud9 gonna go for this action? And it looks like they're gonna go ahead and do just so. Now CPT getting in their vehicles, trying to figure out. CPT currently split between each other. They're saying, hey, a team just roll up. Do we leave?
These have superior aim right now, as they showed all tournament long, and Carnage peeking his head up like that's going to get his helmet shot off.
You gotta be careful there. You can't stay out for too long, as Outsider gets naded there by the Japanese team. And here we go, wildcard against the Japanese team. Hot Jukes, my
right
boy,
there.
with the Scar L getting that knock right there. Is he gonna go ahead and try to push the action here?
There's
Here comes
his
the team. Here comes the action. Lucifer and Seagun are coming in. They're taking over. Wildcard just showing them how it's done. Even though they have a player down, they're telling them just wait up. They go ahead and destroy the Japanese team. Wildcard adding 3 kills to their name.
Wow, really impressive stuff from Wildcard there. Really kind of getting caught there without 2 of their members on the scene. Suffering 1 knock. Hotchuk's able to get a knock right back in order to keep the tide stemmed. Made sure that Japan did not push them. Their 2 reinforcements able to compound with without hesitation at all and quickly dismembered the Japanese team. Check this out, though. This situation is eerily reminiscent of the CPT wildcard engagement yesterday that we saw on day 2. Exact same positions, C9 holding the compound where it was wildcard yesterday. We saw how that ended up as CPT pushed up and then ultimately in the field in the street with the Tommy gun.
There by Lucifer as he was able to go ahead and knock down 3 players from CPT, currently standing in 2nd place. And once again, the map brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Let's see where this zone is going to go ahead and do. Look at the Galaxy team up in Severn, waiting patiently. They're not much.
Trying to their way at lead for dragging for the fourth, I believe, but they are tracking up a little bit higher on that leaderboard. That is good for prize money. So you're going to see Gangstars be continued aggressive through the course of this round.
There definitely are. We see GT Doju 6 guy just shooting rounds, telling them, hey, just don't come close, all right? Up a car, sitting a statement as they're waiting. From what I'm seeing here, I'm starting to notice a trend. The top 14 games are going to secure their spots. They might be a little bit too far first. Place on 3rd. They want to go and play it safe and not too
bad. He said he's going to get popped, and he does just like that. 6-2 taking him down with the car 98.
And some of these players are known for overextending. Be careful. See, showing that they have what it takes to get shots quickly. We actually Wildcard has to be careful here. He starts very close by, and our winners of the last round, very close to BTR.
Outsider in trouble, escapes just barely into the house. 6 God, one of the best shooters in the tournament so far, is able to put pressure on him. Wildcard taking a compound up. These guys definitely know where each other are at now, and we'll have to see who else shows up on the scene that wants one of these compounds. Gonna be some third-party action here shortly, I have a feeling.
They definitely gonna be cool here. We've got to remember, Gangster. Now pushing Ollie Pocket. Ollie Pocket,
final remaining member of Full Send there, hiding out.
Not even making a peep. She says, no. We're going to wait a little bit. And now we got some tie action as we got Evos going up against Illuminate here. One player goes down from Evos. One player goes down from Illuminate. They're going to go ahead and start throwing some smokes. PB, these smokes right here are going to be clutch if they want to go ahead and pick up their teammate.
Check out Bull Shark on the flank right now. SX going to be in charge of picking up his teammates, getting the smokes down, getting the cover, putting a little pressure on. But Ernie trying to cling to life right now so his teammates can pick him up. Got JCZ moving the vehicles around, probably going for another angle. Ollie Pocket in one of the best places in the map right now as far as traffic. There is not much foot traffic through this compound. Not many people go by, and check this out. Right in range of all kinds of action. She's just hanging out, happy to stay alive, trying to get a little bit higher in the rank.
Super close there as Evos and Illuminate are still trying to engage. Ollie Pocket waiting patiently. She knows that she doesn't have the number, so might as well just play it out, try to get higher in the rankings, right? Evo's Bull Shark over here switching to the AKM, making sure it's fully reloaded, but LHW is starting to sneak up behind them. And look at this, he's right next to Ollie Pocket and he doesn't even realize it. Ollie Pocket acting like an AFK player. She's like, nope, I'm not gonna go ahead and do so. Illuminate within arm's reach. Oh my gosh, how is that man not seeing them? It's like they're playing hide and seek in one of my custom matches. This is just insane.
There is no way that just happened, but like I said, this is not an area that you would expect somebody to be hiding. Very few people traffic through here during the game, and she has a brilliant spot as well, laying prone in the grass next to a structure. Great cover, and she's gonna live to tell the tale.
Wildcard out outsider. They're getting some huge knocks as they just wiped out GTW. Wildcard now with 6 kills, and GTW have been eliminated in the 17th spot. Good stuff here by Wildcard. I'm gonna go ahead and see if they can go ahead and continue that. Sadly, though, they lost Seagat.
I was going to say they lost Seagat, their close range specialist, and also really sad for GTW. They were trying to push their way up into a 3rd place spot, and that's really going to cripple their chances here.
It's definitely going to go ahead and do so.
They did pick up 7 kills, though, before they went out, so they may climb a little, but, you know, it's really kind of tough to say right now. It was close, but I don't think they're going to like the way that ends up.
I don't think they're going to go ahead and do so. And Aaron Madness Knight here, he doesn't even want to LD. He wants to go ahead and show off that he's a wolf, and we still got this engagement here between DC. No, it's kind of before with. They're comfortable with just waiting a little bit, and they're just spreading out, trying to get every single angle they can. Hand now starting to rotate a little bit to the east of Cloud9, trying to see if maybe they can get maybe Carnage picking somebody that's overextending, popping out that sniper rifle and knocking them out.
I really like the way CBT positions themselves. They always have a really good spread, making sure that they're not going to get focus fired down. They always have the angles covered. Really smart play from them. We got CBT 762, a really good marksman. An awesome tournament so far, and he's rocking that car 98 with an 8 times. Could be trouble. Ernie here driving in a car somehow hasn't been exploded just yet. He's got just a few shots remaining on it. He's going to hop out, join his team here, and they're looking to fight against LHW potentially here shortly.
Boy, cars are none of their problem. They currently are sitting next to 4 cars, so that is the least of their worries. And Illuminate here just trying to figure out, hey, where's our teammate? Can you please start coming back a little bit? Because there's definitely some action here with Evos, and Evos still lurking around. We know it. We saw him engage earlier. Illuminate actually lost a player there to Evos, so they're starting to. Once that happens, BB, once the team loses a player, their whole attitude changes. They start thinking about repositioning themselves. They start thinking about, you know what, let's not go ahead and engage this yet. Maybe we want to go ahead and do something else. As Rolex and Sam are currently getting pushed a little bit there by CPT.
Here comes the next zone. Let's see where this thing goes. This is going to be, this is an interesting one, because now we've got some teams that need to think about moving over there. Illuminate all up on that ridge. And what about Ollie Pocket? Is she going to hang out, or I mean, what's up with her?
I think she might just go ahead and wait there. Nobody has spotted her, and it has worked for her. Literally, a player walked in front of her, didn't shoot. She just waited patiently, and I'm surprised that even happened, honestly.
That was unreal. Illuminate almost tripped on her gun barrel laying there in the grass. Pretty funny stuff, but looks like 762 now trained again on these compounds. Again, he's already put a bullet through Carnage's helmet once. It looks like it might happen again here if he's smart enough to peek. We'll see.
If you peek, you're gonna go down, Carnage, so be careful there. CPT is now starting to be in the lookout. They haven't really moved much, and as we mentioned, the circle is kind of favoring them with this stand-up, as none of those two teams necessarily have to move just yet. And look at this, LHW currently with 0 kills. They have 3 players in the vehicle, and they're starting to go ahead and push around as Galaxy has now made their way to Farm and Mansion.
Interesting position right now from LHW as well as Wildcard, both of them moving into center circle from out in the east part of the map. Very good position from both of them. Also Galaxy in that center part of the circle as well. Really going to be interesting to see how they kind of shape up in that middle section, because the edging hasn't been the way so far this tournament. It's been teams that have been going in, establishing position, and then trying to hold their fortified position.
I mean, Illuminate actually using this to their advantage here. Look at them. They're going to go ahead and push the action here. Illuminate backing it up a little bit as we're starting to see now Cloud9.
Toto and Sam are a little caught. They're caught out. Yeah, no, they're out right now. I don't know why they're firing at this point, because if they do get engagement, they are really out of position.
They are. Luckily for Koto here, he does have a building close by. He's gonna go ahead and miss every single shot there. He is able to get some shots in the vehicle. It just kind of gives them a warning. Illuminate now starting to flank around. CPT, that engagement didn't happen, but we got BTR. BTR also shooting at Illuminate here. One of the players from Illuminate, very low in health at the moment. He's literally 1 HP.
We got the circle closing in once again, and still 16 teams left alive. We've got Illuminate. They're moving on into the zone. 1 player down in Echo Gens. He was lost earlier to the battle with Evos, and it looks like they are going to set up shop here. No, they might be taking off. I like this area of the map here, just right by Milta.
It is, and it's pretty much, it comes down to who can find the cover, who can find the ledges, and it looks like Illuminate is doing just that. And look at this, LHW getting some shots there on our boy Hot Jukes. Hot Jukes isn't scared. He says, hey, if you're gonna peek, we can kind of do the same thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I can shoot you as well. But they need to watch out here because LHW has some serious angles on them.
That's right. I mean, it's one of those things where Hot Jukes is known for the bolt action, and if somebody with a mini wants to peek him and you're both rocking level 3 helmets, guy with the bolt action is going to have an opportunity to put a serious hurt into the other player. Mini's going to take a few shots there to knock him down, so he knows he can peek to get off a shot there.
Yeah, and look at this, Galaxy just waiting patiently and trying to figure out what's going to go in and happen here. And interesting plays there by him, honestly. They're not really looking for any kills. They're just looking to figure out, hey, can we at least get in the top 3 or something? And look at LHW LCD, 39 kills. That is just insane.
Yeah, he's having himself a tournament, is he not? He's going to crack 40 here shortly. Impressive stuff from him. Galaxy, I've been impressed with this team over the course of the tournament. They have not looked out of place at all. Definitely been looting up north at the beginning of every game, but getting good position, winning a few fights. Galaxy's been impressive so far.
They definitely have, especially they're pretty much just Samsung employees coming out and representing there for Samsung. And they, as you mentioned, they haven't really done bad for themselves as we see towards here in the compound. Now the teams are starting to wait. The next zone is going to be coming in here to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Oh my
Wild
goodness.
card, get great position in the zone. Same thing with LHW. Everyone else having to kind of move and try to find somewhere to be. That compound just to the right of the road there, nearest Evos. That's going to be up for grabs here in just a moment. We'll have to see who's going to go for that one.
And we might go ahead and see finally that engagement we wanted there between CPT and Cloud9, as both of those teams have to start pushing. And CPT is actually getting some shots there on Cloud9, but Cloud9 saying, you know what, let's go ahead and reposition ourselves. Let's get into the safe zone and take over a compound. And here, LHW, here's some shots by Hero. Hero pushing in, actually Illuminate there pushing in. I don't know what they were doing as they're drilling, start to get knocked. Galaxy being able to go ahead and knock there some players from Hero as well.
Zen getting some shots off there, taking out Foxer. Zen also taking out Hero Official. Shots into the window, trying to pick off Hot Jukes there, peeking a little bit, not gonna peek long enough to have any damage done. But really nice push there, taking down Hero there, and they are going to go out a little bit early, it looks like. But LHW, again, dominant, and they've got 3 kills to their name so far.
They do, and they're neat. Go ahead and pick up their teammate before
Look at it, they're not stopping there.
knocks.
They're taking out Big Russian Bot right now, and also C9 Sam. Helping out with a third-party attack here as well. One thing I'm watching also is CPT was way out down south, and they had to cross across several teams in order to get into the zone, wondering to see how they're going to rotate here to get in.
And they're still trying to rotate there through Milton. They need to be another team. Our Madness, I believe it is still very close by. And look at this, Cloud9 is still getting shots on them. Interesting plays there by him as now their Kato gets hurt there by CPT players, and now they start doing that small goal that we know and love here. They're saying that might not be the best engagement there.
Sam trying to push his way out of the smoke, getting some peeking done here. Illuminate Tazzy parks at the top of the ridge. He's definitely seen. Everybody seems to know where everyone else is right now. Very good awareness from all the teams, but it's all about angles right now in third-person perspective. Can they get the shots on people? Are they going to hang their body out while they're actually peeking at their opponents?
And Arab Madness, they're not having a helmet. He's saying, you know what, I can actually go ahead and take into this as LHW is still knocking out people left and right. They want to go ahead and try to see if they can maybe go ahead and secure that second place. Sadly for them, CPT is still up, and Hot Jukes with the Car 98 getting one of those knocks. He finally... That LH player finally peaked for too long, and Hot Jukes got him, baby.
I told you that was going to happen, going head-to-head against the Mini. That Car 98 is going to have the advantage, and it certainly does. Getting the knock, unfortunately, they're going to be too far apart to actually finish anything. But we do see that MK14 in action now, so that's cool. Looks like a really interesting position here for CPT, but they've actually made a living here off of very awkward zone positions. They have some cover. They're okay. They're in the zone. And they're gonna make do with it.
And here comes the push by all the teams. BTR really getting pushed from behind. Galaxy trying to get some knocks there. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. BTR barely gets through. Galaxy. Great Molotov as another player is coming in. He runs away. He's currently exposed. His Galaxy is gonna go ahead and jump out. He's not. He's gonna play patiently. He's gonna trying to figure out where he's gonna go and go. More than likely, he's letting his teammates know, hey, actually, that might be the last player from Galaxy. BTR might have the advantage here. If they decide to go ahead and push on him, he's just waiting.
This guy's putting up a fight, though, man. It's not the last member from Galaxy. They still have a whole bunch of members left alive. They're just in different buildings. Crossfire set up here, but I'm really impressed with the pressure that Hiss is putting out here on Zuxi, Luxy, and then the rest of the crew. Really interesting stuff. He just missed a Molotov there through this window. I had to throw it a little bit farther. Unfortunately, just missed, but still the pressure coming out. BTR, again, one of the teams I was looking at to do well this round. Still hanging in strong with 4 members alive. LHW still with 4 alive as well. And they are also continuing to impress.
And BTR just trying to pretty much start rotating around because they are getting naded by that Galaxy player. Here we go. Here's the push. BTR Luxy is going to be coming up. He's going to be able to go in and knock them down. Easy claps right there. And he stays still.
Wow.
He was shooting, but he stays still. You can't be doing that. The Galaxy team now takes notice of that. They know that they're inside that building. Are they going to go and try to avenge his team? As Outsider
locking onto the Kuwait. He's taking him down. Good shots from Wildcard there. Galaxy trying to get away from the compound, and they are having none of it. BTR gunning him down from behind. You are not making it away, son. He is going to have none of it. Lucifer getting a knock there on Magenta and the kill feed here. Arab Man is in trouble. We also have a late entry RRQ hiding out in the blue zone, manning up and making sure that they're going to get that first place finish.
And look at the interesting here plays by Cloud9 as Cloud9 is now starting to push up on CPT. CPT has no idea that they're so close. If Cloud9 decides to go ahead and start doing the tactic of just throwing grenades, they might be able to go ahead and win that engagement because CPT has so many cars. There you go. There goes a Molotov. Now they're going to know that Cloud9 might be coming or another team is coming. CPT 762 is going to go ahead and looking that way and trying to figure out, hey, if you're going to be coming, we're going to go ahead and start waiting for you. And now this is what I'm talking about. CPT is going to start laying down that explosive wall that we so love and have seen numerous times here on this tournament. Ooh. As we see CPT. Woo, I like that shot right there. Thank you so much. Rolex gets knocked down. Rolex gets caught picking.
They're getting third party right now by Evos.
Evos actually there from the sniper tower. Great shots as he was able to knock down
CPT
Rolex.
has eyes on it, but they're not shooting. They're saying, thank you. Please help out with this position. We appreciate that.
Pretty much, thank you for the warning there. Evos pretty much just
like, yeah, we'll go finish your
out.
knocks though, right? We'll go finish those for you. Thanks.
Yeah, just pointing them out and bailing them out as Carnage gets knocked there. Now, they pretty much exchanged. Rolex is the last one standing from that duo right there. Carnage and Rolex, there you go. They go down as well. Oh my goodness. Rolex is currently up against the zone, and here comes the grenades. Rolex is going to go ahead and stand up. He's going to be able to go ahead and knock one player down. He does have 5 HP. He gets outnumbered. Great showing there by Rolex, but
he did all he could do, man.
Much.
I mean, 5 HP against 3 people in ARs. He was able to get 1 knock there, so good performance from him. Cloud9 out once again, though, and Gangstars is getting some knocks right now on LH. We are looking at the top 10 teams now for this final game. CPT still in it. RRQ still in it. LH2U still in it.
And I wonder if RRQ is going to go ahead and try to just get that win, just let them know, hey, you see this first place? We also got 6 wins in total. That will be insane.
That's right. It looks like the top 3 will not shake up too much based off of the current placement, but Gangstars already putting some pressure on LH2U. LZD goes down. Nice shots from them, getting the knock with the Scar. RRQ G9 now showing off his aim. Looks like Senior's in trouble down by the car, healing up. Isong also in trouble, healing up.
Gangstar still alive as well. They have all of their players, and now they're starting to go ahead and rotate around. But they need to go ahead and be careful because they are currently getting shot. Their car starting to smoke. Dorty here trying to eliminate somebody from Illuminate and Wildcard. And Gangstars are going to go ahead and start fighting there. The room being able to go ahead and destroy Angry. Oh my goodness, the action here. RRQ just coming in late and getting those third-party kills. RRQ G9 still moving back and forth. He's not even going into the safe zone. He's saying, you know what, I don't mind being here. I'm going to go ahead and try to heal up. And this is not the first time we see that by
nice shots
Outsider there. 9K being able to go ahead and destroy somebody there from RRQ. Outsider now gets knocked. He needs to watch out. Lucifer and Hot Jukes are the last ones standing from their team, and Hot Jukes needs to be careful because there is an Evo squad on that sniper tower.
Smokes aren't going to help there. Hot Jukes got to get him up, and unfortunately not in time. It is down to Hot Jukes now, but Gangstars is knocked out, and that puts Wildcard above them in the top 4 now at this point. 2 members alive, Lucifer and Hot Jukes going to try to get it done. CPT alive once again. Sute getting knocked right now. It looks like he's going gonna be in serious trouble. Pyra still alive as well. He does get behind the car for safety. CPT in prime position right now. 4 members alive, 4 teams left. They're looking at another chicken dinner right now if they can get things to line up for him here.
They're definitely looking very close there as they just barely escapes that engagement right there. CPT now seeing Evos. They want to go ahead and get this action here. CPT 17 wanting to see where Evos is going to go ahead and go to. And here we go. Here's the push by Evos. We have seen them do this before. Hot Jukes trying to get them knocks there. That player from Evos switches places. He was driving by himself. Now he's shooting at Hot Jukes. Can Hot Jukes go ahead and get this kill? He is going to go ahead and blow up the vehicle. Luckily for the Evos squad,
Nade's
there you
coming
go.
in. Watch
They're
out.
all
Hot
together.
Jukes is going to get naded.
They're going to go ahead and
good
blow up the
shots.
car themselves.
This is trouble, though, for Hot Juice. He's got to back up from that car and try to make a run for it. Unfortunately, he's got a lot of aim on him. Zute just trying to hang out right now and buy some time. Zute, Lucifer, the only members of their team. And look at this. They dropped right on top of them. CPT right on top of Gangstars, and they are knocked out. They go out number 4. CPT knocks himself. Lusu goes down, and this is the opportunity that Evos needed to capitalize. Will they be able to get another chicken dinner here? They push Hot Juice.
Hot Jukes surely gets knocked
Hot
there by
Juice goes
Evos.
down.
It is going to be one player left there for Wildcard. Lucifer cruising with his back against this zone. Evos players almost getting knocked there by grenades. CPT versus Evos. Evos, to remind you, they actually won the first game of the tournament. Do they want to go ahead and win this last game and let them know, hey, that first win was not a fluke? CPT currently having 3 players. CPT hand very close there to the edge. And look at this. Evos now starting to get closer and closer with all these cars. They're more than likely going to go ahead and want to blow them up. And they actually blow up their own teammate as Evos Bull Shark was way too close to that vehicle.
That was a big mistake right there. Unfortunately, the opponents right now on the field, they don't have the numbers to take advantage of the situation. It's a 2v3 even with the player knocked. Still trying to get grenades onto Lucifer down there, trying to connect with one to end Wildcard stream here. There it is again, and that is going to do it. Connects, and Hod is going to finish him off with the N4. Wildcard finishing in 3rd place. Very good performance from them. Once again, had a great day today, but it's now down to the final 2. Evos versus CPT, and CPT looking extremely strong here. Once again, making a push, and the grenade kill there on Ernie.
CPT 17 there with the great grenade. Now it's up to them. Look at them. They're just moving up slowly. They're crawling. They don't want to be seen.
They're a mirror image. Look at this. 3 and 1 each side, both crawling exactly at each other. This is insane.
Luckily for Evos, they do have the cover by that car. Here comes the push by
the push.
CPT. They're going to go and start pushing. Ladies and gentlemen, CPT 762. He's going to try to get a knock here. He sees somebody from the side. He knocks them down.
There it is.
Too much. They get the win, ladies and gentlemen, as that pretty much is going to go ahead and secure the number 1 spot, more than likely for RRQ, and also the 2nd place there for CPT. What a hell of a day number 3 for CPT as they won 3 out of 4 games.
Unbelievable performance there from all of the teams. We saw the top 3. CPT going hard, 12 kills. Evos getting in 2nd place, bringing 6 kills. Wildcard taking down 3rd place again with 11 kills in that one. Really good performance from the top 3 there. What did you think, Lars?
They didn't have much problem securing their spot by the looks of things. CPT, what a day they have had here. If it wasn't for that 11th round, maybe they could have been clawing towards that very top spot, but that does it for our games. So let's take a look back at the highlights here, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9 for game number 12.
And what a round that was. Hero coming off a win in round 11, trying to do it again here in round 12. RRQ, and I don't know if they're going to have anything to say about it. They did not drop in Pachinki like they did almost every single round of the tournament. We saw some car action early. AM just absolutely getting destroyed out in the field.
AM trying to go ahead and jump over that car. He wasn't able to win the photo here with BRK. BRK just not strong enough. Goes down to Clan 9 super early. Caveira with some beautiful shots there as he's almost able to go ahead and destroy Carnage. Luckily for Carnage, his teammates were able to come up and save him.
Carnage got lucky there. He didn't get finished. I just saw that he almost got finished there. He missed the shot.
And there we see pretty much some plays there. Oh, remember this. You gotta remember this. RRQ this size. You know what? Let's not even use our bullets. Let's use our fists. The terror team knocks one down, backs up. Sadly, he goes straight into the window frame.
Yeah, that middle bar is going to get you every single time. You got to pick either left or right there, not center. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Katarina Suki getting chased down here, and that's a beautiful shot by Ernie. Look at that. That buggy's no chance.
no chance whatsoever, especially with Evo's earning. We have seen his aim, and there you go. That is going to be all she wrote as she goes down. But luckily for her, one of her players was able to survive a little bit longer. And right here, RRQ2E getting some knocks, just way too outnumbered there by GTW and Hot Jukes trying to push the action here on the Japanese team. Wildcard looking good, and look at this, talking about it, Ali Pocket passes by so
MVP.
close.
That was amazing. Ali Pocket actually pushed her team, I think, possibly into 19th place right there. Interestingly enough, so very good job to her hiding out, hanging out, and again, we saw CPT coming out on top. Again, what is that, 4 chicken dinners?
It is in total 4-3 today. That is just some outrageous numbers. And look at this, RRQ Athena there with the total score. 5,610 points. RRQ Athena looking like they're gonna go and get $200,000.
Look at the smiles on their face. They, well, at least one of them smiling. The others have no idea what's hit them yet, but they are your winners. $200,000 grand prize going to the Thailand team, RRQ Athena.
They're rushing the stage here. RRQ has done it after an amazing day number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for RRQ!
Hoisting that beautiful golden helmet, the grand prize for the global champion from Thailand.
The champions indeed. RRQ Athena had a huge day number 2. CPT looked like they were going to be able to try to come back, but sadly that game number 3 of day 3, it just didn't work out for them. And RRQ Athena just way too strong, way too powerful.
Absolutely amazing performance from RRQ throughout the entirety of the tournament. They played it safe towards the end to guarantee themselves that championship, and they represent their country proud here as they crown themselves the world champions for the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals.
That's right, the banner of Thailand has been raised. The banner of RRQ Athena has been raised, and also, most importantly, the golden helmet has been raised. Your champions for the 2018 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals.
They sure look happy there. They're going to go and take home 200,000. CPT is still going to take home 100,000. A lot of money on the line, ladies and gentlemen. PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018 has been quite stupendous, actually.
And let's break down briefly how they did it. Again, in one of the most unprecedented showings that we've seen in PUBG so far. Never mind PC, never mind mobile. PUBG overall, 5 back-to-back chicken dinners from them going from day number 1 into day number 2 means it's an amazing achievement for them to crown themselves world champion.
Unbelievable stuff. I've never seen anything like it. And again, I also haven't seen quite the dominance that we saw from CPT either. That many chicken dinners in a row today. I mean, just crazy stuff overall in this tournament. I was absolutely privileged to be able to see the caliber of skill that we saw from all of these pros here on mobile. I was absolutely thrilled to be here.
Day 1 of the bat was just such a huge surprise, and I was actually over here using my Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I was trying to take a picture there with the champions in the back. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and post that on my Instagram, the 7WG, because insane plays, the domination that they got there from day number 2, and being able to go ahead and back it up a little bit there on day number 3. CPT though, ooh, if they maybe would have had a better chance there on game 3, it was still super close.
I mean, one thing's for sure, aside from what we saw from RRQ and CPT, WGT and LH really put up a fight, but CPT and RRQ, with the amount of chicken dinners both of those teams accrued, absolutely first and second, no doubt.
100%. You just can't compete with that amount of wins, even if you rack up all kinds of kills, as LHW did. They surpassed the 100 kill mark in the tournament. Really impressive showing from them. They had LZD. They had so many good players that were just absolutely throwing down kill after kill after kill. Great individual performances, great team performances. They just didn't have the ultimate chicken dinners like the other squads did.
And the East dominates the West. The West kind of researched.
They had a great day today, honestly. At least Gangstars and Wildcard had great performances today. Good stuff from the North American teams and also European teams as well. Hero getting the chicken dinner in game 11. So good stuff from them here on day 3.
Elusive indeed, and something that we actually saw here on day 3 that might have changed it up a lot of stuff is that the Asian team started engaging early. We didn't see that often. We saw them engage, we saw them getting some knocks, and then just backing away, saying, you know what, that is a strong team. Maybe we don't want to go ahead and do so, but in day 3, they were just gunning and running. As we saw GTW against RRQ, we saw just so many good engagements. And LHW, I felt like they had what it takes from day 1. They had so many kills, but they just couldn't get that elusive win. Same with GTW. They got the kills, they got the placing, but just they couldn't go ahead and push for that first place.
I think overall as well, it was really kind of telling there from RRQ in the final round. We've seen them constantly play center circle strats, center circle strats, center circle strats. However, towards that very end of that game, very, very important that they just kept